Come join us here at the Cabaret. That's the Ray Stevens CabaRay and Showroom right here in West Nashville. We're easy to find at the Charlotte Avenue exit off I-40 West. It's the place in Nashville for a special entertainment and dining experience. There's great food, all your favorite wines and mixed drinks, a fun piano bar where you can sing along and dance. And there's the Ray Stevens Show, where I'll sing all my biggest hits with Nashville's best musicians and singers. So whether it's a special date night, entertaining friends and family, or you're just coming out to sing along in the piano bar, whatever your reason, the Cabaret is a fun place to enjoy a full night of entertainment. And the parking is free. So come see me, Ray Stevens, at the Cabaret. Call 615-327-4630 or go to RayStevensCabaRay.com. Make your plans now.
From the Ray Stevens Studios in the heart of Music Row in Music City, USA. Welcome to Ray Stevens CabaRay Nashville.
Heart keeps going back to Nashville. That's the only place for me. My love is waiting there in Nashville. Nashville, Tennessee.
With Ray's guests, Larry Gatlin and the A-Team. And now, don't look at them. Here we go again. It's Ray Stevens.
Oh, yeah. Are we ready? Well, it was a night. Oh, what a night it was. It really was such a night.
Such a night.
Whoa, the moon was bright. Oh, how bright it was. It really was such a night.
Such a night.
Well, the night was alive with the stars above. Whoa, when she kissed me, I had to fall in love. Yeah, it was a kiss. Oh, what a kiss it was. It really was such a kiss.
Such a kiss.
Oh, how she could kiss. Oh, what a kiss it was. It really was such a kiss.
Such a kiss.
Just the thought of her lips, it sets me afire. I reminisce and I'm filled with desire. And yes, I gave my heart,
Yes, I gave my heart
sweet
to
surrender.
sweet surrender.
How well I remember, I'll always remember. Whoa, that night, oh, what a night it was. It really was such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart and her love, and the night is gone. But I'll never forget that kiss in the moonlight. Oh, such a kiss, such a night. Oh, yes, and I gave my heart
Yes, I gave my
sweet
heart to
surrender.
sweet surrender.
How well I remember, I'll always remember. Oh, that night, oh, what a night it was. It really was such a night. When she kissed me, I had to fall in love. But now she's gone, gone, gone. Yeah, she's gone, gone, gone. Came the dawn, 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 and my love was gone. But before that dawn, yeah, before that dawn, well, before that dawn, ooh, whoa, yeah, woo, mercy, help me, somebody, woo, such a night.
Such a
Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. Stay right there. When I was working for Fred Foster at Monument Records many years ago, he brought an act to town who had been making a lot of noise down in Texas. It was a group, 3 brothers and a sister. And shortly after they got to town, the sister fell in love and got married. So then it was a trio. And those 3 brothers have been an awfully successful trio. But all we could afford on this show was just one of them. But at least we did get the lead singer, folks. Welcome my very good friend, Larry Gatlin.
Hey, Raymond.
Fantastic.
You mean I'm getting paid?
Wait a minute. They didn't tell me about that.
Well, you just said you could only afford one. I ate a bunch of those chocolate peanut butter Reese cups back there, so I probably have eaten my...
That was your
A listen,
stipend.
it was enough for me.
Well, you're doing a great Mel Tillis there.
Well, listen, do you know what? I tell you what Mel told me one time. The first time he saw me with this little stubble, he said, Gatlin, come over here. And I went over. He said, you look like a man in a beer commercial with those pretty women, the most exasperating man in the world. I said, Mel, it's the most interesting. He said, in your case, it's exasperating. We love Melvin. He's had a bunch of health issues, but he's doing good.
He's strong.
Yeah, he is
He's a good
something.
guy.
Great guy.
Hey, speaking of people that we know, we both know or knew Mickey Newberry.
Yes, we did.
And he was a great songwriter. Oh. And a sweetheart of a guy. I loved him. And he wrote a song, well, it's actually called the Trilogy. Mm-hmm. And I understand he played that for you. The first guy he ever played it for was you, is that right?
Janice, my wife Janice and I moved to Nashville. We pulled a trailer, drove a truck and pulled our car. We got to Dottie West House about 7 o'clock one evening from Houston. We drove all day. Dottie was cooking breakfast because, you know, Dottie was a night person, so it was 7 o'clock at night. She said, hey, let's go to Mickey's boat. You know, he lived on a houseboat in Old Hickory Lake. So Janice said, I'm going to bed. Well, Dottie and I got in the car. We went to Hank Cochran's house. Hank and Jeannie, Jack Green, Red Lane. We all got in Hank's boat, the Legend, went across the lake to Mickey's houseboat. Well, Mickey got up, it was about 7 o'clock that morning, so about 10:30, 11 o'clock, he came walking down the little wharf thing there. And he said, he got in the boat and he said, you do look like me, because that's what Dottie, the way she got me to Nashville, she said, you look enough like Newberry, you got to be able to write a song. So he sat down and he said, hey, listen, I want y'all to hear something I put together last night. He went, oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Where's that chord? Look away, look away. Look away, Dixieland. And he sang the whole trilogy the first time anybody, you know, had ever heard it. That was my introduction. Hank Cochran, Jeannie Seeley, Red Lane, Dottie West, and Mickey Newberry. The first 12 hours I was in town, and I've been stealing song ideas from them for the last 42 years. Every one of them. Oh, he's a great guy.
Well, I've always loved that trilogy, man. It was, because, you know, I mean, being a guy from Georgia, you start a song with Dixie and I'll stand up.
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Man, yeah.
You know, of course, my world is like a river, as dark as it is deep. Night after night, the past slips in and gathers all my sleep. My days are just an endless stream of memories for me, filled only by the fleeting moments of her memory. Whew. Now, I would have written that if I'd known all the words.
Let's talk about Larry Gatlin. You have more energy than anybody I've ever met, and in a good way, because you channel it pretty good. Sometimes you get a little weird, but you got a lot of energy, and I admire you for that. I wish I had all that energy.
I've been kicked out of better places than this. Well, you know...
and if you got that much energy, man, that just says a lot for you.
Well, I appreciate it. Ray, I've got good health. I really do.
Yeah.
I love my life. Henry David Thoreau, great philosopher, it was either Henry David Thoreau or Johnny Cash who said, most men live lives of quiet desperation. Well, I've never been quiet, first of all, but
it's news to me.
You know, I've never been bored 1 minute in my life. I've never been lonely. I've been alone, but have never been lonely. I mean, that's something I just don't understand. We are very blessed if we have a calling. You know, a job is one thing, but if you believe that God put you here for a reason, and I'm not trying to make it, you know, I'm not Billy Graham or anything, but I believe that the songs that God has given me and my brothers and the talent we have for singing music, I mean, I have an off day every once in a while, but I got up at 4 o'clock this morning in Rochester, Minnesota. My toothbrush was still wet when I got up. When your toothbrush is still wet and your cell phone only has 3 bars, you ain't had enough sleep. So, but it doesn't seem to matter. God gives me the strength to do what I want to do. I love people. I love what I do.
Well, you write great songs, and that's proof right there that God loves you.
I appreciate it. I'm
Yes,
very
sir.
blessed.
Why don't you do one of those songs
You want to do
for us?
one? How about all the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's brand new game. Trying to be a hero, winding up zero, can scar a man forever, right down to the soul. Living on the spotlight can kill a man outright, 'cause everything glitters is not gold. And all the gold, sing along there, Randy, in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills. It's somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's brand new game. We're gonna change keys, y'all sing it now. All the gold, come on audience, in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills. That's probably the last time you'll ever sing on TV. If you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's brand new game. A brand new game. Yeah. Thank God for that little song.
And
Thank you.
Nashville legend, Larry Gatlin,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you, Raymond. God love you. Thank you, boys in the band. Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Ray Stevens with some great news. My Cabaret gift shop has gone digital. You no longer have to drive to Tennessee to see all the stuff we have for you to enjoy and buy. Take your time and take a nice long look around at all the ball caps, t-shirts, monkeys and squirrels. We have keychains, cups, mouse pads, and books, CDs, DVDs, and so much more. Everything we have in the gift shop is now available to you here online. So fill up that shopping cart. Now comes Professor Cusick. That's Cusick. Rhymes with music. When it comes to music, Professor Cusick is the one who's in the know. Yeah.
Now, class, in the Encyclopedia of Recorded Comedy Music, it tells us that there were 2 songs on Ray Stevens' first MCA album nominated for Comedy Novelty Song of the Year. This song, written by Paul Kraft, who's in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, was one of them. It's a classic.
was a fella named Willard McBain. And he only had just one thought on his brain. Every evening about midnight he'd slip off alone and call the same lady on a pay telephone. It's me again, Margaret. Hello. You don't, is this Margaret? You don't know me, Margaret, but I know you. Well, this upset the lady. Gave her the blues. So she called up the police, said, what shall I do? Well, the chief of detectives came around her home and eavesdropped upon them on her upstairs phone. It's me again, Margaret. Hello, is this Margaret? I know it's you, Margaret. Are you naked? Well, he called up Ma Bell, traced him on down to a funky old phone booth on the outskirts of town. It was there that the vice squad, with their field glasses red, the lips of that hammerless man, as he said, it's me again, Margaret. Hello, is this Margaret? I know it's you, Margaret. Want to hear me bark like Ren 1010? Well, they cuffed him, dragged him to the station downtown, and they allowed him one phone call before the jailer came in. He wet his chapped lips, cleared his young throat, then he dialed the telephone and softly whispered, me again, Margaret. They got me, Margaret. You ain't gonna miss me, Margaret, I know that. But I'll miss you. And when I get out, Margaret, I'm gonna come over there with a weed eater and a live chicken and some Cool Whip. We'll have a big old time, Margaret.
Doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so afraid. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but I feel like people are spying on me.
Spying on you?
Yeah.
You mean that guy in the window? Just kidding, just kidding. Oh, I'm so confused. Wait, who's that behind the door? Oh, I knocked myself out. That'll be $100, you little scaredy cat, you. They're gonna get you, you know.
Oh, doctor, I just feel so insignificant. So ignored, really, and unimportant, like no one cares or pays any attention to me at all. Doctor?
Time's up! That's $100, miss. What was your name again?
Doctor, I feel like I have multiple personalities. At one moment, I'm Robert, the helpful, caring, compassionate friend of the world. And then at other times, I'm Bobby, the self-centered egomaniac.
Time's up! That's $300.
$300? Isn't that a lot?
Well, That's $100 for that nice Robert. He's such a nice guy. I like that Robert. And $200 for that rotten little Bobby. What a jerk!
Thank you. You know, my grandmother wasn't feeling well lately, and she said she had a personal problem, and she didn't want to talk about it to anybody in the family, so she went to a lady doctor at Vanderbilt, and she kind of whispered to the doctor and told her problem. And what she whispered was that she said she had silent gas. Silent gas. After consulting with the lady doctor for about 10 minutes, the doctor knew exactly what to do, and she cured my grandma's silent gas problem almost immediately. She put new batteries in her hearing aids. Oh, listen to that music. Now that's a joke saver. Ma'am, would you dance with me? What's your step?
This is Bill Cody. We'll see you next time.
This program was recorded before a live audience in the Ray Stevens Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. Music City, USA.
Come join us here at the Cabaret. That's the Ray Stevens CabaRay and Showroom right here in West Nashville. We're easy to find at the Charlotte Avenue exit off I-40 West. It's the place in Nashville for a special entertainment and dining experience. There's great food, all your favorite wines and mixed drinks, a fun piano bar where you can sing along and dance. And there's the Ray Stevens Show, where I'll sing all my biggest hits with Nashville's best musicians and singers. So whether it's a special date night, entertaining friends and family, or you're just coming out to sing along in the piano bar, whatever your reason, the Cabaret is a fun place to enjoy a full night of entertainment. And the parking is free. So come see me, Ray Stevens, at the Cabaret. Call 615-327-4630 or go to RayStevensCabaret.com. Make your plans now.